You know what's funny? I've been reading Nietzsche's The Birth of Tragedy, and I came across this interesting concept. He believes that art brings us closer to the true nature of existence, which got me thinking. Doesn't that also apply to music, the way we interpret a photograph, or even, let's say, savoring a well-cooked meal? After all, aren't these moments just different forms of art in action? Imagine this, Carlos gorging on his juicy burger, only to realize that he is, in fact, connecting with a deeper reality. Maybe there's a certain artistry even in that. You've got the perfect blend of flavors and textures, making up this culinary masterpiece, right? Anyway, it's just a thought, haha. By the way, our chat today about the origins of a burger was such a distraction. I'm midway through my book, and all I can think of is whether I should grab a burger myself. Isn't it insane how the simple mention of food can set off such cravings? Emily might want to avoid our chat the next time she's on a diet. Hey, remember, Lucas made that comment about seeing a sculpture of a hamburger at an art expo. How about we encourage him to indulge and maybe get some inspiration out of it for his next project? Nietzsche and a burger. That's definitely marketable, don't you think? Although, on a serious note, he is quite the artist, isn't he? I'm sure he could find a way to showcase the metaphorical insights of the food we consume and link it to the essence of our existence. Wouldn't that be something to see? So this was my little intellectual adventure today, making profound connections between burgers, art, and Nietzsche. Never thought I'd say that in a sentence, but it does have a nice ring to it. I guess each day truly has its own surprises. Anyway, I feel like taking a break from my musings and maybe give in to my temptation for a late-night snack, perhaps a burger. And you're not making it any easier for me with those chat messages, you know. You won't believe where I was at today. Jake and I visited this enchanting old cathedral, expanding my photo walk series. The architecture was just mind-blowing. You know, there's something about these vaulted ceilings, the intricate stone carvings, and those glorious stained glass windows that are totally magnetic, right? Just wait till you see the shots. I somehow managed to capture the beauty, I hope. Isn't it curious how every structure has a story behind it? I was joined by Sarah. She's a local historian. She fascinated us with all the tales associated with the cathedral. Mystical, haunting, and quite thrilling, to be honest. Just like a real-life suspense novel. Plus, speaking of art, I saw Emily attended a sketching workshop today. How amazing is she with all her versatile craftsmanship? I'm so excited to see her minimalist architectural sketches. Makes me think, are you and Carlos planning on polishing your hidden talents anytime soon? Actually, Carlos hit us with an intriguing question today. He asked, why do most churches have steeples? Got us all pondering, I admit. He then shared it was about getting closer to the heavens. Pretty cool, isn't it? Gives a whole new perspective to look at these steeple-infused silhouettes next time. Hey, you remember the other day we were discussing Nietzsche? Well, considering today's exploration, art, architecture, and existence, they do seem interconnected, don't they? Like a holistic view, perhaps? You know, I've been giving it a thought. Every minor detail, like the curvature of a guitar, the texture of a well-cooked meal, or the subtle lines of a building, aren't they revealing an essence of existence in their own unique ways? Maybe every time we create or appreciate an art form, we're connecting with the underlying reality. Quite profound, huh? Oh, and our mention of food the other day, still convincing myself to not make a late-night snack run. It's not an easy feat, I tell ya. Anyway, I should head off. Want to sit down and go through the snaps I took today. The intricate friezes and window patterns are waiting for me to explore. So, until our next round of ethereal discussions, catch you later. Guess who explored the cosmos last night, or as close as one can get anyway? No, I didn't suddenly become an astronaut. But trust me, the experience was equally thrilling. Managed to persuade Mike to embark on a celestial adventure at the city's planetarium. You know my love for everything astronomy. Imagine stargazing on a romantic date. Quite the fusion of romance and personal interest, don't you think? What a fun-filled evening it was. Space, stars, and a potential romantic interest. Who could have asked for more? It was such a trip, gazing at the infinite cosmos, pondering over extraterrestrial life, black holes, and you know how absorbed I get with intergalactic travel theories. But here's the surprising part, Mike. He indulged in all the whimsical space talk. Believe it or not, we ended up having a mini debate about the practical applications of string theory. How can a date get any better? Remember when we used to have these midnight philosophical discussions in our dorm rooms back in university days? Well, imagine that scenario, but under a dome of twinkling stars, with a dash of romantic flutter. My crazy gang, the Terrestrials, had quite the laugh when I shared the cosmic night adventure. Carlos even went on a hilarious expedition of his own, which involved the odds of dating an alien. Can you imagine? Trust him to find tech in the most non-tech of places. And Emily, bless her, she creatively typed it in as Love Lion. Lucas being Lucas added the spy angle with Mike being an alien in disguise. Those two refused to let me live. You know what's interesting? This whole idea of shared interest dates has made me realize it's actually a pretty cool way to connect on a deeper level. Not just talking about trivial things, but our passions, our fascinations. It really brings forth a different kind of compatibility. Plus, you can't underestimate the intellectual stimulation. I mean, wouldn't you rather discuss quantum physics than the usual chatter about weather or food? Speaking of food, my temptation to grab a late-night snack still hasn't diminished despite all the space chasing. I blame you and the gang for that. In fact, our entire Burger Art Nietzsche discussion has warranted a craving. Well, my universe needs me now. At this very moment, my universe being a pile of pending emails, sigh, and maybe later, I'll stare at a real night sky from my window. Perhaps with a snack in hand, who knows? Anyways, I must rush now. The professional life beckons. Until later, Space Cadet.